My name's Allison Davis, and this is Payton Davis, my husband. We just started Apex Ag Systems this year. You've been farming all your life and using Genesis products, and we kind of took the leap and started endorsing and selling the products.
I got hooked up with Philip about 8 years ago, and he took me to the next level, and I just put my trust in him, and he's took me places other people, really couldn't do, and I just believe in him. And now Josh has come around and got both of them to pick their brains, and they just make us better every year.
And out of all the Genesis Ag products that are offered, what are some of your personal favorites?
Vitamin Terra, Carbos.
And why?
Just the results we see. It's easy mixing, and it's just all around just easy to deal with and use, and good results. That's what pays the bills.
So how long have you been farming?
All my life. So I'm 36 years old, and I guess my mom said I was out here ever shoot since I could crawl. So I started, driving tractors probably 5 years old. Couldn't touch the clutch, and we made it work.
So you've tested a lot of products throughout the years, right? Growing up on the farm, and now you guys are farming. But what have you consistently liked about the Genesis Ag product line, the whole line?
A little bit about everything. It's a systemed approach, so you need somebody that really can lead you in the right direction, and I feel like that's what Philip did for me, and that brings it all together. I mean, all their products, I haven't used a bad product from them, and they make them better, and I've had Philip make products just for me, for our needs. Like we needed stuff, certain micronutrients, and he just fit the gap where nobody else could even give me the time of day.
Yeah. Can y'all share a specific experience where a Genesis Ag product really made a noticeable difference on your farm?
Carbos, Vitamin Terra, Immerse and stuff like it in the heat. It can hang on longer than if you had it, just looks good and hangs on through the drought stress. And we've used a little bit of everybody's stuff, and this time in and time out, Genesis is on top, so it just makes sense to stick with them, and they stick with me, and they teach me. That's what everybody, a lot of people are missing. They're just all around good people to deal with, and like I say, they took us to the next level.
So what do you mean these other companies out there don't teach you, and they teach you? What does that mean?
So I'd say, Genesis would come take their time and, just guide you a little bit and help you learn. So they've helped me just learn. I've learned more in the last 3 years than I learned in my whole life about farming. And I, like I say, I got to give that credit to Philip. I mean, Philip is who I've dealt with, and now Josh. Hopefully get better and better. That's the goal. We want to be the best. And then another thing is just like any salesman that pulls in the driveway, they got to meet their quota, and they got to sell you this, and this, and most of the time they're selling you one good product and two other products just to hit their goals. That's what I liked about Philip. He never had to hit a goal. He didn't care if he sold anything, and he wanted to fit the needs for that crop at that certain growth stage and that time. And that's why I think he took us to the next level, where other companies, just didn't take that time, to fit it all in, or maybe they didn't know. I don't know.
So because of that, what percentage of your acreage that you farm is Genesis Ag products? This
year it's 100% Genesis, no questions asked. Other years we've tested stuff, and that's the only way you learn, but we've tried everybody's stuff. They got all kinds of companies out there this day and time, and it's just brings us back to the end of the year. Genesis is just there, you know, on top or just as good, and you know, and the ROI is what counts there too.
So at what point did you decide to become a Genesis Ag dealer? That was a big step. What made you decide to do it and why?
Well, I had other people wanting me to sell their stuff and offer me good deals, but just my heart wasn't behind those products. So me and Philip talked, and I mentioned something to Philip, and he says, well, why don't you try this? And that's what I did, and I'm glad I did it. You know, I'd like to help others like they've helped me. That's my goal.
Peyton, you said your heart wasn't in the others. Your heart's in Genesis Ag. Why is your heart in it?
I believe in it. You know, I'm the kind of person I don't want to sell something that I won't put on my acre. You know, that's what kind of guy I am. If I want to sell what I'm using, and that's how I was raised, and that's how I want to be. You know.
So you just started this past year. Have you sold any Genesis Ag products to other farmers in the area?
I have. I've sold quite a bit.
Have you gotten any feedback at all from anybody yet?
Everybody so far is very happy for the year we've had. The crops look really good compared to, we haven't had really any rain till just the other day. So, I mean, everybody seems happy, and then we'll go from here and see how it finishes out.
What's impressed you most about the company and the commitment that Josh and Philip give y'all?
Well, I can call Josh or Philip, and they're going to call me right back or answer when I call, and they'll answer my questions that I have, because for sure I don't know everything by any means, but you know, and if they don't, they'll find the answer. And that's just you know, they spend time down here. I mean, Josh is probably, shoot, I can't even count the times he's been down here, and Philip, you know, so they're down here and take their time where they wouldn't have to. So that makes it easier for me to stick with them and just feel comfortable, you know, helping other people because they're helping me.
Right. You got anything finally you want to share, like a final thought on Genesis Ag and your feelings?
I'm just excited to work with Genesis Ag. He's, like he said, he's used a lot of different products, and it kind of kept coming back to Genesis Ag, and that's kind of what was producing the best results and most consistent. And so I'm excited to kind of take it to the next level and help other farmers and make a bigger impact just overall, and our family be behind it.